Welcome, everyone, to Jerry World, AT&T Stadium and the home of the Southwest Classic, and fans have been filling this place up for the past few hours, wrapping up the tailgate and fired up for what ought to be a sensational clash. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Razorbacks will put toe to leather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense set on first down. Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of a spot.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Fakes his man out. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They're going to ride this running back. They get him down, but not before he picks up 6 to the 7-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Razorbacks! They can use this first score to sort of set the... And it's blocked. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. Past the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He takes it all the way back for the defensive 2-point conversion. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. The Aggies have a first down. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction Boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Reed. Quarterback now breaking the field. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
The fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. We're always looking forward to this one.
And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. That's not at all where he intended to go with the ball on 3rd and long, but it worked out beautifully.
And the frustrating thing, Reese, is from a defensive perspective, I want you to throw it to the running back. I don't want to take away the main targets, the ballers on the outside. You do what I want you to do. You still make the big play. Get the huge first down on 3rd and long.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Tackle is made after the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
On the move, he fires. It's caught. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And what a nice ball. You can see he sees him running the corner route, lays it out in front, catches the ball, and nice job catching the ball, and then doing what? Getting upfield, not running out of bounds, not getting pushed out, not getting tackled. Nice job after the catch, getting vertical, getting to the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Anthony. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Sategna. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right in the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. The give to the back. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
On the run, it's Jackson. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job.
Touchdown, Arkansas! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Owens. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, you shoot Palmer. You might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Facing a 3rd down is short from the 26. Looking to throw for it. Quick strike complete. Oh, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he sing that thing in there? Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. They'll try the run. He's there to make the stop.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's going for it all. He's got it down the left. Nothing but green ahead. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question the quarterback was going to that. Nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. The The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking for a man. It's Green. He's got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Just a short pass to the tight end. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
With jet sweep pass. Inside the 25. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
Quarterback keeper. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Dropping back, it's Reed. This time it's complete. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers, and works his way to the 19.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Shotgun snap on third down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Muhammad. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And the Aggies want to pick up the tempo. Comes out throwing on first down. Buys a little time. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A&M comes back out with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Muhammad. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Dialing up a second down pass play. Got his man quickly. And it's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back. Rizzo. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Wide out in motion. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. We saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On the run, it's Hill. At midfield, he's got room. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Gets it out quickly. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Owens. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit problem, you need some mojo, something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
And here comes the offense on second down. Back to throw, it's Reed. He uncorks one deep. He's got it on the right. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense. Great in the tackle for a loss on first down.
The play action fake. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Well, you'd think this would be a very makeable field goal attempt, but they're going to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, looking for a man. Quarterback moving. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Aggie. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Coming out with it, it's Anthony. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Using his legs, it's Green. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
The give to the tailback. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a good, solid pickup for the defense cuts him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. DB's right up on the receivers. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, and if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
The Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They've put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Fast motion from the offense. They're getting this guy lathered up. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. At this point, the clock is like the 12th man on offense. I assume they'll keep it on the ground here.
I would think so, too, but I also want to get the score and end this game. Like, that touchdown puts me up by 2 possessions, ball game over.
Motion from the offense. On the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks! That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Wake Forest is getting blitzed right now at home in front of that loyal fan base. Loyal, but my goodness, that's being tested today. They're trailing by 18 to Louisiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Looking down the middle. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hill. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Looking downfield, it's Green. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Slips through the line. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
So a dynamite play there. 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Quarterback checking off. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle. It's Watson. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? Wants to throw on 2nd down. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Puck unleashes one deep. Grabbed in the end zone for a touchdown, and there's still a hill to climb, but they are still fighting, staggering, stumbling, but still upright and not finished yet. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Looking to throw, it's Reed. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. 30 seconds left on the clock, and their last gasp will come down to getting this onside kick.
37.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And he's still running it. Continues to fight for yards. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football. All eyes on him and play physical.
Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking for room, it's Jackson. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fights off a defender. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off. My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. To the air, it's Green. Steps away to find some room. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them. About to kick it off after punching it